Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today we have a hot topic. We're going to talk about narcissists and Christianity. Narcissists love Christianity. And before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. And welcome to those of you who have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate you all so very, very much. And before we get started, there's one thing that I want to say to you. I've been asked the question about being a spiritualist, which I am. I am a spiritualist. And my intent is to lead you on a path of enlightenment. You understand? Not through religious dogma, but through spiritual truth. And this is my intent, is to help and to heal. So I hope that answers some of the questions out there folks ask. And also, this emblem on the hat, this is a goddess symbol. And she is about enlightenment and improving women, to give you strength and understanding. So that's what it's all about. So let's get into this message for today. We're going to start off with a letter that came in. Okay. There was a bold woman in the church that I attended a few years ago. She told me that she was ran out of 3 churches because the women were jealous of her and accused her of going after the pastors, which brought her to my church at the time. She shared with me an interesting past, which consisted of her ex-husband coming to her house, which turned into an argument, and her running out of the house and getting a knife, chased him down and stabbed him. Well, that was some story for her to share with you. This resulted in 3 days in jail for her. Then she was dating a cop for a length of time that she did not know was married. She always said that she was looking for someone to take her out or away from her situation. We would work in the church kitchen, especially setting up the banquet hall for repast dinners for the family and friends. I would observe this woman always skinning and grinning at all the men's faces at church, whether the men were married or not. It did not seem to matter with this bold woman. This made me fall way back from the behavior I saw, and I said nothing more to the woman at all. The deacon and deaconess were married 40 years. This man showed no respect for his dead wife. The deacon's wife, who was a beautiful person inside and out, became deathly ill for probably a year or less. The deaconess died and broke the whole church up because of the years spent at the church. When the church knew anything, the wife wasn't cold in her grave yet. This bold woman literally chased the deacon down. The deacon's brother-in-law did verify this to be so. They announced their engagement within 2 to 3 months, which means that they were messing around while the wife was at home dealing with hospice. The church members were outraged and saw it as cold and disrespectful. The deacon removed all of his wife's things and pictures on the same day that she died. Shortly afterwards, the deacon had one of the men in the church to bring the bold woman's clothes to his house. The pastor's wife also died not too long afterwards. The pastor's wife was having the funeral in the sanctuary at the same time this bold woman and the deacon were getting married. What was the hurry? Everyone asked at the church. The deacon's adult children were upset, of course. This woman allowed the deacon to sell her home because she moved into his and his wife's dream house, which upset the deaconess' daughter. Also, prior to the marriage, the deacon was coming down the aisle during prayer meetings saying he needs sex. Oh, what kind of church is this? That's my question. The deacon is coming down the aisle praying at the prayer meeting saying that he needs sex. I got to question that. This deacon was 68 and the woman he married is 58 at the time. The deacon did lose close friends as a result. Almost forgot. The bold woman's son is doing time in prison for murder. Okay. All right. Now, reading this letter, I realized something. I've seen this situation before, up close and personal. The same situation where it wasn't a deacon, it was the pastor. The pastor's wife died, and he swooped into this other woman just like that. Just like that. Upset the family. People was wanting to fight and curse and do whatever. They were so upset about this. She also planned to move right into his house. The same exact thing. You understand? Let me tell you about this. You're looking in the wrong direction. You should be looking at the deacon, not at this bold woman. It's the deacon. The deacon, he's a narcissist. It's the deacon. It's that evil spirit that we've been talking about that possess the narcissist. You're looking in the wrong direction. It's not this bold woman that you got your eyes on that's flirting around with the man. It's not that. It's the deacon. The deacon. He's a narcissist. This deacon, I've seen this up close and personal. I'm telling you, in my own family, I've seen it. Where the wife died. Now this certain pastor, he was married for 50 years, over 50 years to his wife. Professed that he loved his wife to everybody and whatever. Listen, as soon as his wife got sick, even the wife noticed that he was, whispering on the phone, sneaking around and all kinds of things. I mean, it became more obvious. Even during the marriage, there were whispers about him cheating. You follow me? It's the deacon. It's not this woman. It could be the woman has her ways or whatever. But the deacon is the narcissist. He's possessed with an evil spirit. And this is the way this spirit operates. You see, this particular pastor that I'm telling you about, soon as his wife passed away, I mean, it wasn't a week before here he is introducing this new woman to everybody. And within a month or so, he was married to the woman. The woman went to his home where he shared with his wife for over 50 years and started tearing down things because she planned to move in there. She planned to move in there. The family was all upset, wanting to fight. You understand? So I understand the situation. You look at the deacon. He is the one that created this chaos. He was probably cheating on his wife the whole 40 years that he was with her. A lot of church teachings teach people once you are married, no matter for better or worse, you stay married. And you would be surprised if you don't already know. It's a lot of people in the church who are stuck in miserable marriages because of the doctrine of the church. The doctrine of the church. Now, this deacon, yeah, he had already started a relationship with this new woman before his wife died. You can count on that. Yes, he did. Because the narcissists cannot be without supply. They can't live alone, period. They have to have steady supply all the time. So, you know, even when his wife was alive, I know this man was out cheating, getting supply wherever he could get it. You understand? It's just that this bold woman was just out with it. She was just out with it. You understand? But it's a lot of women that he was probably cheating with that they're just quiet with it, not saying anything. Not saying anything. You see, there are certain ways that these officials of the church make women feel like, you know, this is God's will, I guess, for them to even go along with it. It's a trick of the evil in this person. You understand? It's a trick of the evil, of that demon that has possessed them. And I'm going to show you a video here where the fellow talks about narcissism in the church. And then we're going to talk more about this letter. Okay? Here we go.
The most disturbing thing for me is discovering that a lot of my friends are narcissists. And one of the things that I'll say is that narcissists love Christianity. The shameful existence of a narcissist makes Christianity very appealing for a couple of things. One, well, there's we're all sinners, right? And we all will fall short of the glory of God. I mean, that is like, creates an equal playing field. And so whatever it is they didn't do, you know, we're all the same in the eyes of God. Second, oh, this is the hugest, the get out of jail free card. I mean, at any moment, all you got to do is ask Jesus for forgiveness. And then poof, be gone. Like, you're good, you're pure, you're clean. Like, I've seen this narcissist buddy. It is the most disgusting thing. Knowing him on a personal level, I remember we encountered a woman like on a lunch break, and she was a devout Christian, and I watched this dude turn into this person that I didn't recognize. Like, he started talking about Jesus and how much Jesus means to him and everything Jesus has done in their life, and he was using Christianity to try to sucker this woman into a date. And I mean, it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen, because it was so inauthentic. And to this day, that's how he is, you know. It was really interesting because he did something outside of the marriage, and he started talking to me about it. And it was like he had to confess to his wife. But you see, the thing about it is that there are some narcissists that like want to be good people, but they're still shame-filled. They still need supply. They still are going to do things. And so for him, he likes to go and hang out at like Hooters and bikini bars, and he likes to sort of hide behind the innocence of being a father and a Christian. And in this manner, you know, it's like he lives in an illusion of the temptation of women, as if they're responsible and like they pursue him. And something happened in his marriage, and I remember him telling me about confessing to his wife, and it was like, I realized right then and there how sick it was. It wasn't, see, you know, for him, he would rather devastate her so that he could unburden himself from the guilt and the shame of his own behavior. And so there are a lot of narcissists that hide out in Christianity because it gives them external tools to help mitigate shame, to help bring themselves back up at least to even par. But even in being a Christian, the Christian way of living is something that appeals to the grandiosity of a narcissist, because it makes them superior to non-Christians, makes them morally superior. It makes them forgiven for all of their sins. And so it's like, So you could even see the modern interpretation of Christianity as having been mutilated by narcissism. And so, to me, that is just sick and twisted. And I've had to literally purge my life of these friends, because even this one, I realized he uses me. Like, he would basically hit me up to invite me to meet him for lunch. He would mislead me about where we were going to meet, and then he would switch it, and we're like now at Hooters, right? And he would drag me into like our old party ways. Like we used to party all the time, and now he's married with kids and stuff. And so, but what he was doing is he was using me as an excuse to get out of his, obligations as a husband, and so I realized that's why his wife dislikes me, is because the narcissist in him would make it my fault. Like, he had to catch up with an old buddy. And so he would use me for that. And other than like his utility for me as a friend, he has no interest. No interest. Like, he only will hit me up if he needs me to he wants me to go to see this or do that, or like very, very rarely, And so what I'm realizing is, Christianity and churches are like a breeding ground for narcissists, because it gives them a place to absolve themselves of their, bullshit, and it gives them an illusion of some mechanism through which to try to control or curtail their corruption. And it's a perfect place to hide. It's a perfect place to hide out.
Okay, now you see why there are so many narcissists in the church. And this man right here in this letter, you see, he feels like whatever he did before, just mercy and grace. Just pray and he'll be forgiven. You see, that's a falsehood. That's a false teaching. No, you will not be forgiven. You're going to pay for that. You understand? And this pastor that did the same thing, he paid. He died penniless after living a grandiose life. You understand? You will pay for this evil. And that's what it is. And that's why this woman swooped in, because she already knew about the wife. You understand? She already knew that she was going to be moving in the house. They had already planned this. The deacon and this woman already planned this way before the wife died. So when she died, it was just a matter of swooping in. But what the narcissist won't do, he won't share it with his family, his plans. He'll just act like it just happened. Of course, the narcissist, he doesn't care what you think. This is his evil doing, his evil web. And believe me, when this deacon marries this woman, or married her, or what, he's going to do her the same way he did the wife. The same way he did the wife. And just because they were married for 40 years and coming to the church and acting like everything is good, don't you be fooled by that. You can't always believe what people present to you. You don't know what was going on when they went home and closed the door. But I'm going to tell you, this deacon has been cheating all along. All along. And this woman he married is not the only woman that he's had sex with since he was married to the first woman. Don't you believe it? Don't always look for the woman to be the Jezebel. Don't always look for that. You understand? It could be that covert narcissist. The one that seems so wonderful and gentle, and the victim. They always like to play the victim. They're quiet, introverted, seem like the nicest guy. And that's the demon. That is the demon. I want you to be aware of it, and I want you to look out for it, because the church is full of them. The church is full of them. It seems like the narcissists run to the church because they feel like they can get forgiveness for their sins. But they never stop the sins. They just keep on and on and on and on and on, because they are demon possessed. And I hope that you understand the message. And it's not the woman, it's the demon that's manipulating her and all of you. And all of you, got all of you fooled, pointing at the woman when it's the deacon. All right. So now let's, I hope you understood that message, and I hope it helps you to see what's going on. You see, when we think of demons, we're looking for somebody with the horns and looking crazy and talking crazy, or like you think this bold woman, because she's flitting around. No. The demons are smarter than that. They are way smarter than that. The demon is the person that you least expect. The one that you least expect, that's him or her. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at another letter here that addresses the narcissist. Okay, my story is that I grew up with a narcissist family and grew up with no love, and I became desperate to find love with the wrong people. Well, you didn't know they were the wrong people. I understand this. You were desperately trying to find love, because I was raised with a narcissist, and I did the same thing. Desperately looking for love, what they say, in all the wrong faces. So I understand this. Okay, here we go. I decided to give online dating a try. And at the time, no guys really took interest in me, except a much younger man. I didn't really like him, but he kept messaging me for about a year until he blocked me for no reason. Well, he kept messaging you and then he blocked you. So, what did that mean? I forgot about him, and a couple of months passed, and I saw him on another dating site. He told me the reason why he blocked me was because he found a girlfriend, but it didn't work out, and now he was single. Okay, so number one, dating online is actually no good. Online dating is full of predators, and 9 times out of 10, that's all you're going to meet. Okay, so let's see what else you say here. I was homeless at the time he offered to help me get an apartment with me if I let him have sex with me. Well, he's making all these empty promises because he just wants to have sex. Okay? I hated sleeping outside in the cold, so I told him I accept his offer. We met up a couple of times, and he gave me a couple of dollars for the morning after pill. You're already living dangerously. You're living dangerously. And it didn't work. And I ended up pregnant within a couple of weeks. You are pregnant by a man that you met online that you don't even know. You don't even know this man. Okay? I was devastated because I was homeless and in no position to bring a child into this world. And I told the young man, and he immediately stopped responding to my messages. What did you think? Ladies, how are you thinking? Number one, to give your precious treasure away to anybody because you wanted to go inside. So you just gave it away, thinking and believing that this man was honest with you. Okay? All right. So now he stopped responding to any of your messages. He never even offered to pay for an abortion. You know what? We all need healing. Yes, we do. We all need healing and understanding about these things, because our mindset is not stable. You're not thinking the right way about life and about how things work. Okay? I couldn't afford an abortion, and I got the runaround from Planned Parenthood. So time went by, and some of my co-workers convinced me to keep the baby. And I got help from a hospital who helped me get housed. Okay, so you got housing. Good for you. All right, there were people out here who were willing to help. That's a good thing. My baby's father never spoke a word to me since I told him I was first pregnant. You Okay, let's go on before I tell you what I think here. I did get him for child support, and he tried to fight it, but the DNA test sealed the deal. I was just wondering if this is a narcissist, a narcissistic silent treatment. Also, he never told me he didn't want to be a father. It's been 3 years, and he's been silent, and I feel reaching out to him is useless. I am now raising my baby alone. Okay. All right. You want to know if he is a narcissist. And since you were raised in a narcissistic family, you know, it's a good possibility that he could be a narcissist. But the way that he's treating you has nothing to do with his narcissistic traits. The way that he's treating you is actually how any man would treat you after getting pregnant through a one-night stand. And that's what this looks like. A one-night stand. Any man would treat you like that. They would run. You talking about you pregnant, they would run away from you. And I'm going to tell you something. In today's world, I understand what you did. I understand what you did. You know, you're homeless and you want to be taken care of. You know, it's hard out there for a woman to be homeless. I understand how tough it is. And you figure you met this man, and if you have his baby, he's going to step up to the plate and take you and the baby in. Because I think you already said that he offered to help you get an apartment. So you feel like, why not go for the gold? Why not go for the gold? Get him and the apartment. You understand? I understand. I understand your desperation. But realize, let this man go. You already got this child support, and that's more, I say, than what you deserve out of that deal. You tricked him. You tried to take advantage of him, and that's wrong. That's wrong. So now you have a child to raise on your own. And tell you the truth, that may be your karma. That may be your karma. And if you don't heal from narcissistic abuse that you suffered growing up, you are bound to repeat it again. You understand? You got one child. If you don't heal your mind, you may go out here and do another man the same way. Now you got 2 kids. You understand? And that you'll have 3 kids. You are bound to repeat the pattern. And the same type of men will approach you because you haven't healed. Once you heal, then you won't attract these type of men. You understand? And you won't have the same experiences. Now, it's very important. It's very important that you heal. And again, I'll put it in a link in the description for you to go and try to heal from narcissistic abuse first. And then you need to find your power again and meditate. Raise your vibration and totally heal before you even think about getting into another relationship, or you'll repeat it over and over and over again. And you'll repeat it because these are lessons for you to learn. Lessons. You see? And if you don't learn the lesson, it's going to come back to you for you to learn it until you learn it. And to tell you the truth, some people never learn these lessons. That's why you see these women with 5 children and no husbands. Nobody raising these 5 children on their own because they never learned the initial lesson. You understand? So I hope this advice helps you with this, and I wish you well. Now, let's see. Yeah, we have time for another question here. And this one is a relationship question. Okay? So let's look here. After going through a long-term relationship, I took a 2-year break. I told myself I would never be hurt like that again. Then recently, I began talking to a guy who I am very, very attracted to. But he came with baggage. Okay. He works 2 jobs, 2 kids, 1 hour and 45 minutes away from each other. With that being said, with our busy schedule, the conversations are very surface. I wasn't sure at first if I should just break it off now. He made it clear that he has not had sex in over 2 years because of energy transfer. Okay, I don't know what that means, energy transfer. So when we met recently, he let me know that if we have sex, he really wants to be in a relationship with me. I was flattered because I thought, why me? Well, look, I don't know why you flattered when the man flat out is telling you that he wants a sexual relationship. Why are you flattered by that? That's kind of an insult. He's not saying that he wants to provide and protect and love you. He's telling you that he wants a sexual relationship, which means that he wants it to be monogamous, but it's all about sex. That's what he's saying. Afterwards, communication and energy vibration became very low between us. Yeah, because you did not comply to his wishes to have a sexual relationship. So to make a long story short, eventually I said to him, I need to focus on me, and told him that what he is given isn't enough. That's right. You told him right. Because what he's just asking you for sex. That's all it is. Afterwards, I am so lonely. So now I am feeling regretful of what I said. I'm using all my strength to have to live what is intended for me. So lost in men. Please help. First of all, I want you to know that you made the right choice to say no to this offer. It's nothing. It's an empty offer. You are worth way more than this. You're not just a sexual object, a sexual toy for somebody. You're more than that. And you deserve more than that. He is not offering you anything. And you went with your intuition. Your gut was telling you no. And you did the right thing. Always go with your intuition. It's your spiritual guide to protect you and help you to weave through this maze of life. You understand? This man is not offering you any good. And you did the right thing. There's no reason for you to feel regretful or anything. You pat yourself on the back that you listened to your higher self when it said, tell this man no. It's a good thing. And that's what you other ladies do. Don't be afraid to say no, and don't be afraid to be alone. There's a difference in being alone and being lonely. Now, when you're lonely, you feel that way because you feel like something is missing in your life to make you feel lonely. And you want to be fulfilled, but you don't know where the fulfillment is coming from. And you've been groomed to believe that that fulfillment is in a relationship. And that's a falsehood. It's not. Your fulfillment is within you. That's where it is. It's inside of you. And, people, I don't understand that. They'll run off to the houses of worship thinking that's where it is. Fall on their knees and pray for hours and hours and hours and still come out and live the same life. Your life has not changed, not one bit, because it's inside of you. It's not outside. It's not outside. People, find your power. Find your strength. Know yourself. It's great to have a companion, but the companion needs to be on the same page that you are. You understand? You don't want people to come out and use you, take advantage of you, make you feel bad, and all of that. Listen to your intuition. It will save you from a lot of heartbreak. And don't question it. Don't question it. When that gut tells you no, listen to it. Always listen to it. And it'll save you from a lot of heartbreak. So for that letter, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. No, that man is only looking for a sexual relationship, and that's all you ever would have had with him. That's it. So I hope that helps you. Now, this message, it started off with narcissists in the church. Narcissists love Christianity because they can hide their sins. They can hide their sins with the cover. They use Christianity as a cover. And this is how these evil spirits work, and how they influence so many people through religion. And you just need to be aware of that. Now, I'm not saying that all folks in religion, in Christianity, are narcissists. But there are a lot, more than a few, a lot of narcissists in Christianity. And just like the man in the video told you why, that they are there. So you need to be aware of it and cautious of it, because these narcissists are only out to destroy, to seek and destroy. And they will destroy your spiritual growth by leading you down a dark path. Leading you down a dark path, making you believe that is true. Just people, just be aware of these things and listen to your intuition, because your intuition is a feeling. You go around these people and you get a funny feeling. That's your intuition too, trying to let you know things. Listen to it. It's very important. Okay, so I think I'm going to end it here. And I hope that you understand this message. And I just wanted to let you know that I am not downing Christianity or any religion like that. I'm just letting you know that there are a lot of narcissists in Christianity, because they find that a safe haven to hide and manipulate people. Okay? All right. So now for those of you who are interested in these hats, They are now available in my online store. So look in the description, and I think it's all the way at the bottom. You'll see online store. Just click on that link and it will take you to the store, and all of the hats that you see me wear on the channel will be in the store, and you're free to purchase anything that you like. Now, for those of you who would like to send in a question and you'd like for me to answer your question, here it is. Send your questions to MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com, and I will either answer your question online or I will answer it through the email. Now, try to keep questions to one page. Just summarize the situation and ask the question, okay? But give me enough information that I can answer your question, okay? And if you would prefer me to answer your question through the email, just put it at the top of the letter, okay? And this just helps things to move along. And if the response to your letter I feel will help the collective, then, I'll answer it online as I did today. So I wish you all well. I wish you all happiness, and I hope to see you next time.